It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Carolina Panthers. All that and more coming up next.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Carolina Panthers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and for both of these teams that we're going to see, Charles, the future is kind of right now. You know, this is something you only see a handful of times in an NFL season where you've got a rookie quarterback versus a rookie quarterback. And I think a lot of that has to do with the era we're in now, because our dads, they didn't see rookie quarterbacks go against each other. In fact, it could be 2-3 years before they even saw the playing field. Nowadays, you get drafted, they expect you to play earlier, and these guys as competitors, they'll take their lumps early, but they'd rather be on the field. Eddie Pinheiro about set to get us going, and we are underway here in Charlotte. Here's Steven Sims on the return from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Back to Mixon on second down. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, that run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going. On second down, here's Mixon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny. And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd and 1, Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. He's into space past the 25. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there.
But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stroud working out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
A first carry for the Canadian-born Chuba Hubbard. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Now Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And that will set him up in excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And they start in the best of all positions, 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this 1st quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14, Panthers nothing.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 1st and 10, Young stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 5. Young. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Young. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Carolina punt team out there led by Johnny Hecker. Back deep is Steven Sims. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Stroud looking to throw. It got his man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. In motion right, that's Collins. Mixing up the middle. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2. Now from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. Stroud to throw it. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Play action. Stroud now. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 5. Now it's Mixon running right. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the right hash, this from 33. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call. They're opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And they'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Now a 2nd and 6. To throw, Young. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
They go play action. Young. That's the tight end, Jesper Horsted. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Here is Young. He'll find Thielen working the middle. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw, Young. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. Powers through. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Again, it's Young. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Eddie Pinheiro on for the field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
After the field goal, on to kick it away, it's Pinheiro. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Houston.
So we have come to halftime at what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. (17-3) the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. But the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time, The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Young working out of the gun. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Young on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it inside the 10. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 there, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On the give, this is Hubbard. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Young now. The throw fighting its target, the tight end Horsted. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. That one complete to Horsted. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run here with Hubbard. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Chuba Hubbard. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the 3rd quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 76 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Stroud's throw taken in by Collins. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Stephon Diggs. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Texans have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Young. That is caught by Thielen. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a first and 10 as they search for a late score. Young now from the 50. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Young to throw it. He's going to look deep for Moore. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Then he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
To the air once more, Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Adam Thielen from 10 yards out. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
What's the deal, y'all?
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Once again, they run with Mixon. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Third down and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn out for the field goal try for the Texans. This to make it a 3-score game late. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
From the shotgun, it's Young. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
One last shot for Young. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.